Wait. Now I did it. Hopefully, this time.
I am so proud of you.
Oh, good God.
I've never been more proud than of this very moment. I believe.
God, someone is. I don't know why I was suddenly coming out of my TV. I can't. I don't know what's happening. I can't handle it. Anyway, hi friends. Welcome to A Date with Destiny, aka Sarah Struggles with Tech.
Yeah.
It's the theme of the channel. Today we are delighted to be here with Lemar the Con Guy.
Hi.
The only incredible dungeon master, absolutely superb player, and convention host extraordinaire.
Thank you. Yeah, hi everybody. Oh, Lemar the Con Guy. Sarah thinks I'm cool, so I'm here.
I do think you're cool. I think you're the coolest. For those who've been paying attention to Pick Your Poison stuff over the last few years, they might have noticed you're genuinely one of my favorite collaborators.
Thank you. It helps to actually look, Sarah. I say this with absolutely no bullshit. Your shows are actually good, and here's the thing. Both of us live in Los Angeles. We've seen a lot of people's shows that they have produced or made and stuff like that. And you always have to play that, that thing. When you said, I can really feel your pain, I don't actually have to act that hard with your shows. Like, oh no, this is actually rather enjoyable, legit. And that's a rarity. So to be a part of something I actually legitimately enjoy is so much fun.
Well, thank you, friend. It is a true delight to have you, and you have inextricably wound yourself into the Pick Your Poison productions, particularly, of course, the Roguelike Rumbles. But we can't talk about me, no matter how cool you think I am, and I really appreciate it. We're here to talk about you and get to know you better. This is going to run a little bit like we're on a date, because it's a date with Destiny, and I am Lady Destiny, your hostess with the mostest. To those of you joining us on Twitch, though, this is a live stream. We're actually doing this right now. He can hide from the screen, but he cannot hide from the interview. It's happening. And you can ask questions. Feel free to just drop them straight in the chat if you want. Or we have I don't know why I pointed, you all can see my secondary screen. in our bio link, our link tree, which has been linked in the chat, you can access a form where you can ask questions anonymously if you so choose, if you're shy and you just need them anonymous. But okay, here's the icebreaker. And it's one I usually ask in all of our session zeros, so hopefully you're prepared. What's your favorite set of dice?
Oh, shit. Okay, so I never use these die, and I've put on my whole belly roll on stream. It's a fine.
Okay.
I actually love these die simply because they are large print die, and they're really cool and they're really clean. So I have an eye condition that makes the center of my vision really bad. So it's hard to see tiny print. So 9 times out of 10 when people roll dice, I have no idea what the hell is on the die.
Wild.
And so a friend of mine actually bought me these die because it's a full set of D&D dice that is large print, and I can actually see them, and I love using them. And because I love using them, I keep them in the box.
This is okay. So what I'm hearing is we just need to buy you more large print dice so they will feel slightly less precious to you.
Yes, I need more large print dice, but every time there's large print dice, it's either I can bludgeon somebody with this physically, or they're made of metal, and no one actually rolls real metal dice. It's so dangerous for the table. It's dangerous for your dice. It's dangerous for everything on the table. So
bad.
Yeah, it's real bad.
Okay, heard. Large print dice for Lemar.
Like this.
Yeah, well, which I'll be honest, I could use more of those, because right now it's a thing no one else can see. Bring it on screen, Sarah. I've got the big boy, but I need the full set in this size in the kickball format. Incredible. Okay, give me your ASL.
Or
whatever details about yourself you feel like sharing.
I am late 30s, being an IT person, late 30s. I know what the 80s was. I am.
You know what ASL is?
I know what ASL is, to tell you I'm in my late 30s. Late 30s, cis male, and I am located in Los Angeles, California, originally from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, see, I forget that, but that's part of why we vibe, because I spent some of my favorite years in North Carolina, and some of my favorite people are from North Carolina.
I've been out here for like 17 years, so it's like...
And I was only there for 3, but I still love it. Still a vibe.
It's you know, there's problems with my state, but like it's pretty and they have good food.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's also one of those that I feel like North Carolina is so specifically very southern and entrenched with all the southern stuff, but it's enough like east and north or northeast as people call it, that it is particular in a way that like the deep south, Alabama, Georgia are not.
Yeah, I like to tell people North Carolina, the colleges are functional.
I got some great education there.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I know the answer to this. How did we meet? What was our meet cute, if you will?
Shit. How did we actually meet? Hold on, because it's one of those wild things. Like you just appeared in my life, and I just never like clocked exactly how we met. I know it's post-pandemic. I know you're a post-pandemic friend. I don't.
I want to say it was WonderCon.
Maybe
I wasn't going to San Diego yet, and you jumped in season 2 of Rumbles, so you were someone I met after the first season, which would then put it into like the first time I ever went to WonderCon.
That makes sense, because I think I knew you as like a Wonder Woman cosplayer or something like that.
Yeah. Yes.
And then your name was like hovering around like a bunch of other TTRPG friends I have and stuff like that. So I guess over time, I may have gotten involved with the Rumbles as like, hey, this is a person in the... I think he might have reached out to me like, this is a person in the industry. That's a terrible thing to say about TTRPGs. But in the industry, he seems cool. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, yeah, let's just keep working together. And then like, we was randomly on a plane back from Gen Con together, I think.
Yes, that was the first and only time I've ever been to Gen Con.
First and only time. I like Gen Con. It's too expensive.
I do not currently like Gen Con. I am encouraged by people that I know are working to make it a better con to be at, but it is currently not one I enjoyed. Does that seem even? Does that seem even-handed?
That's the most even-handed answer I would say. I will say, if I paid for Gen Con out of pocket, I'd be pissed the fuck off. But
among other things, it's just a terrible time of year. It's in the middle of my busy. Well, that too. My God, and it's just in my busiest time, so it's bad. Okay, so I don't know. I think it was WonderCon that we met. Because you've been running around in the nerd spaces, especially out here in Los Angeles, for a long time.
What? Yeah, actually, I've been in nerd space for like, in some way, shape, or form, for like, I moved out here in 2008 or 2009, and then I think I was with my friends and we did like a D&D YouTube series in like 2010, 2011. And during that time, we actually streamed our D&D game on I think it wasn't Twin Galaxies yet. It was something else. I don't know. But yeah, I streamed D&D back in like 2011, 2012.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Those are the years I was most active on Tumblr.
Oh my God.
And I knew what D&D was, but I didn't get involved truly in tabletop until the pandemic. So that means you've been playing D&D more than twice as long as I have.
Well, that's fine, because like the D&D right now has exploded in like the last 5 years. Like the pandemic really, like, it was starting to get pretty big with like Critical Role and then Dropouts. All their stuff, I think, was like just before or around the pandemic.
Yeah.
But right after that, it's become more of a popular thing. Back when I was playing it back in 3.5, which is a wild thing. We're 2.5 editions ago. It was still like the uber nerdy thing to do. It was so much math. People now would have hated 3.5 if you think it's a lot of math now.
No, math is the best part of it.
You know, I also think math is the best part of the D&D every once in a while. I think min-maxing is fun sometimes.
It's not a bad part of it. Okay, so then is 3.5 the earliest edition you played? Or did you play any, what have been, 3 straight up?
I think I touched 3 for like one game, just for someone to like, this is the difference. It gets even worse than it was. But 3.5 was like my main start into Dungeons and Dragons. And I played so many games of that back when I had a younger body and could survive for a game for like 18 hours one time.
Jesus.
Yeah, that DM is insane.
That is a literal marathon. Was it broken up at all, or was it straight through 18 hours?
It was 3 different games, actually. It was 3 different games, 3 different GMs. Just having fun. We would stop, eat, maybe fall asleep, wake up, and do it again.
That's mad. That's literal madness.
It was insane, but it was the greatest Saturday of my life.
I mean,
it was amazing.
Honestly, I could do with like just a day of D&D and not D&D for an audience.
It's so like I'm now getting to a point where it's like I want to play a home game, no cameras, no expectation, and go back to not just a home game, but like a live home game, like around the table, because the natural lag of the internet, there's some pacing and stuff that gets lost, and that banter that happens gets lost. When you have to play on Zoom, which accessible, absolutely, and it's not terrible to play on Zoom, but it just feels different when you can actually look at the person and go, stop it.
I mean, but that is okay. That is also the thing. When I first started doing all of this, there is a Venn diagram of performers, streamers, and in the middle are the people that are the best at the rumbles. It's which ends up being people like you who can understand the difference between the delay on stream versus the intimacy of real life. And also for our particular thing, you're at and then that third of like an observing eye, playing for the audience.
Right.
Yeah, which is chaos.
It is chaos, and it's a lot of spinning disc, especially when you have, and on top of that, you have to have not only a performer brain, you have to have a producer brain, because it's an improv show. It's not like what you do is the Rumbles is live theater, right? But it's a live theater with technically not a hard time cap, technically. So.
Don't tell John.
yeah, don't tell John. But like, the players are going to do what the players do. That's the beauty of a theater medium. Like, film is a director's medium because the director and the cinematographer and all that, they control exactly what you see and how much time you see it. Theater, the director goes, please do this when you're up there, and the actor has to go, yeah, I'll do that. Maybe today.
100%. Okay. Well, I guess a question that I don't know. Have you done any live tabletop stuff, I would say similar to Rumbles? Like before Rumbles? I know you've done Outward and Sense and like con panels and all that. But like, do you have a first performance tabletop experience outside of the streams you were doing?
Jeebus, my first performance tabletop experience. Actually, believe it or not, I think the very first time I played live in front of an audience, which was a rough thing to do, was at actually San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh God.
I played Cyberpunk 2077 with oh my God, they're fantastic people. I can't believe I forgot the name.
Is it that crew that used to have the Discord?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh my God, it's Paris and Maggie and all those great people.
I think I was briefly in a Discord that was born out of all of that, and because I never got around to playing, I eventually left it. So I don't.
No latency, the no latency group. But the wild thing is, I've never played Cyberpunk 2077, and it was a one shot. When there's 8 of us on stage, 6 of them already had background information, and I was already at Comic-Con. If you've ever been to San Diego Comic-Con, it is a big honking thing that is horrible to navigate. So it was such a wild experience.
It's a monster. I just did it. Yeah, I just did it for the first time this past year, and we'll see if I end up back there. It was a perfect intersection of, I was asked to be on one panel, and I got hired to be a crazy scientist in the alien thing that was happening.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, get paid.
Gotta pay those hotels somehow.
Bro. Okay. Okay. Outside of D&D though, do you have well, obviously you're a karaoke king. For anyone who doesn't know, karaoke king. You're bringing Rogue Karaoke to WonderCon, I assume.
Yes, I'm bringing Rogue Karaoke to WonderCon. So much so that someone actually bought me a better speaker just for it.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Yeah.
I have to actually find you and sing this year, and since I won't be running around in as many cosplays, it should be achievable.
Should be hope. Sunday is the hope because I don't really have much time this year.
That's true too. Yeah. Okay, well that's the one day I'll be in cosplay, but I'll try to find you.
You'll find me.
Yeah. Okay, but like, performer? Is performer background, or is singing a thing you do because you love it?
So performer background. I went to community college for theater. So actually, my education background is, my goal was to get an associate's in acting. I wanted to get associates in tech theater. I wanted to get a bachelor's in acting, and I wanted to get a master's in directing because I actually wanted to be a high school theater teacher. Because my theater teachers, most of my theater teachers, were actually the ones to get me out of my shell because I was a shy fat kid until I found theater. And then I decided to move to Los Angeles to become a thespian. So I have some theater background. I've directed shows on stage. I was a theater director for a small LA theater for a hot second. It did not go well. But yes, acting, improv, I'm a comedian, I'm a stand-up. So yes, I love performing and stuff like that. But
yeah. I feel like this is probably information I knew when I was reading your resume 3 years ago, but
here's the thing. I now perform for fun, and it makes it a lot easier just to do stuff for fun, right? Like back when I first moved to Los Angeles and I was performing for a career, I was bad and way too desperate. And so now I do things for fun. I did this, sure. I also like pizza. So like I've done both things.
And I hear through the social medias you are becoming a LARPer. And
yes.
It sounds like, from what I'm seeing online, it sounds like you accidentally too gooded your way into a big role in the Vampire LARP. Is this accurate?
So kind of. So what ended up happening was I have friends who have been a big vampire LARPers for years, and they got me into what's called Darkness Emergent, which is a big boutique, like the deep end of vampire LARPing. Jesus Christ. And then like, all right, so I brought my favorite vampire character to the LARP, and the problem is that character is so different than who I am as a person, that it messed with people. And so people who only interacted with me as a character thought I was like this shy, introverted guy who didn't talk much. And then they had me do karaoke for them. It was like, who the fuck are you? I was like, yeah, I'm Lemar. I'm a thespian.
Duh. That's incredible. Does LARP tickle a different itch for you than D&D, or is it kind of similar?
it tickles that different itch because it really allows me to do what I believe modern D&D and what modern Let's Plays really are, which is just improving drama with characters. And what LARP does is it strips away the dice roll because there's still challenges and stuff. You still have stat blocks, you do stuff, but in the Darkness Emergent, the Vampire LARPs, you just do things through Rochambeau or communication. Hey, can I do this? Yes, cool, and back to play. It really strips everything back down. So I can just be a character interacting with people in a world and just do things and it's murder mystery for nerds, which is a wild thing to say.
That's kind of true.
Yeah. Yeah, LARPing is murder mystery for nerds.
Who knew? You heard it here first.
Yeah, just be true to yourself. Like everyone who's ever LARPed, it's always a mystery. Who did it? Who did the thing? Who caused the thing? Stop them from doing the thing. Congratulations, you've won.
Okay. Pitch me why I should go to LARP.
Pitch you why you should go to LARP. If you just want to get lost in a world beyond your own story, LARP is the place to go. Because tabletop, especially D&D and things like that, the story is your character, right?
Yeah.
So what your character's background or your friend's character's background, that's the story. In LARP, your character is a part of the world. The world is going to move whether you move with it or not. And so you have to figure out how your character fits in that world, which making your mark is a bit harder and more poignant than I would say and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. And also the LARP people are most of the LARP people that I've interacted with are very warming and welcoming and stuff like that. Now, are there, like any creative endeavor, are there people who take it way too seriously or believe that this is their path to presidency? Yes, but just don't LARP with those people. They're different.
Gavin Newsom LARPs? Sorry, we can't get into that. But you said people think it's their path to presidency. That was my first thought. Good God, an actual vampire. Okay, but back to the D&D of it all. Yeah. Let's talk Rumbles. So you came in and you created Reginald.
Reginald Greenbolt. Yes.
Where did that come from?
So Reginald actually started off as a character I played on a one-shot with Creators Assemble because they played the latest Spelljammer module, and I learned about a GIF, and I was like, ooh, hippos with guns. They look like Teddy Roosevelt. All right. And so I made that character, and he was overpowered then. So I was like, then when you do a Rumble, Sarah and the other producers give you like, here are all the rules for creating a character. And I go, okay. All right. And then what's my goal? To win? Okay. And then I made Reginald because he's a bumback. And I was told the Rumbles are wrestling meets D&D. And I absolutely love WWE. I've been watching it since they were WWF. Even back when the problematic years, we just moved over, but it was great at the time when I was a young man, didn't have to worry about like consequences. So I was like, let's make a big bombastic character. Let's make a character that I can play straightforward. I don't have to do a whole bunch of math or rolls or figure out what these spells do.
Dude.
And then like, what ended up happening is I was looking around at all the other characters. It's like, no one's playing a heel. So like,
it's true.
Let's be a bad guy. Start blasting away. Yeah, I love Reginald.
And and with a dash of whatever that guy is from Jumanji.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, absolutely, Mustache Man.
Yeah, whatever that Harold guy is. But I mean, you checked every box, absolutely. Big character, ready to fight, ready to throw down, but you did not win, which I think is a skill that is maybe under-recognized by the audience. I don't know how much the audience thinks about it, but from my standpoint, it's a quality that I very much value, which is part of why I was like, oh, I like this guy. This guy's great. Because you understand, as many of our best players do, that the show is the objective ultimately. Like, your character needs desperately to want to win and to be built to win. But you, the performer player, have to understand the actual goal is to put on a good show. So yeah, being the heel, you got enough attention and audience interaction, but you ultimately did not come away with the win.
No.
For the first 2 games that you played, and then
and then I just blasted away. It was great because here's the thing. I played that game with a producer mindset. So like, I want there to be a good game. I want the people who play with me to have fun. I want the audience to see a good game and stuff like that. And I know the way I built my character, I could have ended the game in 30 minutes. So like, there are some times where I purposely made less than ideal moves or stuff like that, just to like extend things a little bit. And then like, it's fine. And I think losing with grace and knowing to lose is fun. And that's the great thing about playing villains in any story. You're supposed to lose at the end. That's the goal, right? But you can't make it easy. But the thing,
you didn't.
I didn't. The thing is,
that game with Charlie really was tight.
The thing is I want everyone to know that the story won.
Which it did, and it's true. Like that's not bullshit. I remember, I think it was the Charlie game where you literally, it was at like 45 minutes in and you were like, I could end this. And I was like, give me 30 more minutes. And then it got down to that just 1v1 off with you and Liron, Charlie's character. And it was tough. And at that point I was like, is anybody's game? And it ultimately, the dice decided, and it was great. The disappointment and the rage that led to then Reginald was fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Love Reginald. I don't know if his arc is done, but I might sideline him the next time. Might come up with something new.
Well, so he won't be allowed back in the Rumbles unless we do a champion like rematch.
Oh, because you made it to the finals? God!
I know, because once you're a level 6, it's not fair to put you on the field.
It wasn't fair to put him in the field at level 5.
Yeah, no. We could bump you back to level 4. It still wouldn't be fair. My constant hope that has yet to like be born to fruition is I really want to get back. Year 2, we did a number of Rumble ventures, which were adventures and extensions for the characters who played in Rumbles, because I feel like everybody's created such interesting and dynamic characters, and the idea in the lore of the Rumbles is that you're all supposed to be doing this just to show off what good heroes you are, so that then you can go get jobs and do adventuring. Yeah, so I think Reginald would be a lot of fun to like do a proper one-shot with.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, like go do some shit.
I love Reginald. If I would bring him into any one shot and just, if you think DMing Reginald was a nightmare before, imagine what it's not putting on a show. Like, oh, your big bad decided to move? Don't do that. Don't do that.
I know we've talked about it personally, but I do want to like really highlight, because I think it's a moment that's just gonna stick with me for forever. It was like DMing the game that you won, and Lady Destiny's little signatures, the purple crystals, and you decided to break the big one in the middle, which is, man, egg on my face for not even considering that y'all might try to fully break it. And then you did.
Look.
And it was so good.
Look, you put something on the field that stopped Reginald from doing his thing. Why wouldn't he not? He wasn't in the line of fire. So for those of you who don't know, Reginald is a gun-toting fighter. He was an Echo Knight. I nerfed him to regular fighter when we moved to the 2024 rules. And what's ended up happening is all these things. Oh, your things now do half damage. Oh, you missed. I'm like, shoot the crystal. If there's a problem on the field, solve the problem.
It was one of those moments that, like, me as a DM, I had to reward, because usually I build in whatever layer actions to be unbreakable, and it's just like, it's just a level 20 sorceress, you can't break her shit. But nobody else ever thinks to break the map. And then the crazy thing that, maybe someday I have to do my own little interview with myself and just show the background of the actual championship map had more things that you could have broken. I built that map not exclusively around you, but then thinking about the things you might try to do and break.
Yeah.
You changed the game, quite literally.
You're welcome. I wanted to say that you're welcome, because it had to be done. It must have been done. And I'm very proud that I broke your game. I'm proud I broke your brain, and I'm proud that I caused pain and suffering, because that's what a good heal does, Sarah. That's what my job was to do.
And it's part of one of those things. Okay, talking about the championship, I put out a little doormat for you because you've been the heel, and you were so much more the heel in the championship. You were so villainous boldly, but you developed this cute little bond with Chadriel, and I was like, I think this is opening a path to a victory for Reginald that wouldn't feel like evil won the day. Which, particularly when we had someone like Sheraton Cram on the field, who's like a revolutionary and for the people, like the way Rumbles work, you kind of typically need to have some more like, I am for the people of it all. You had a Grinch moment where I'm fairly certain I queued you right up. I was like, and did Reggie's heart grow when Chadriel did that? And you said,
no. No, here's the thing. I saw the layup. You put it perfectly. I saw it come at me, and then I had to make a performing moment. Is Reginald truly going to the dark side? And I believe that Reginald does not believe he is evil. Bad people don't think they're bad. Reginald believes he's the greatest hunter in the universe, and he's had 4 chances to prove it to everyone in that room that he is the greatest hunter. And the only thing that would have warmed his heart is to do that. But the problem is, there are people between him and his goal. I played Reginald as lawful neutral. He's not good. He is not evil. He is the greatest hunter, and he will prove it, whether you are going to accept it or not. Yes, did you love it?
Yeah.
Yes. But then you wouldn't have a heal, right?
True. But it was my offer, because I think I very specifically, especially after having been able to DM you in the prior game, which I don't get with every hero nowadays, because I rotate out the DMs after season 1. I started doing that. But it really made me think. I was like, okay, so we've developed this world where technically what could or should be the winner every time, the biggest and the baddest and the strongest. But what the goal of the Rumbles is supposed to be is champions. So for the last couple of years, I've made it pretty specific where the championship is a little different, and it's going to require things of you that will prove whether or not you're a champion. You might be a killer, but are you a champion? So yeah, there were things in there that just didn't even get shown. Like there was a crystal heart to the map that I was kind of hoping you might find and either choose to crush in your hands or shoot with your gun or what have you.
I was trying. There were so many doors to shoot. There was not enough time.
I had to put things on the table for the two rogues to hide behind, and B, to like eat up time so you wouldn't just murder. I was trying to design things that like you were gonna need to wait out for other people to open, because there was probably things you wouldn't be able to open yourself.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Here's the thing. Okay. Another thing is, no one attacked Reginald directly until the end. And I think that's on them. They could have, because he's not fast. He has a few evades, but once he pops out of those, he doesn't really have a way to fight melee. He has no way to defend from magic. You just have to get to him. And everyone decided to run away from him. And I'm like, all right.
Target practice. Here we go.
I don't know what you want from me. I do not know what you want from me. But the thing is that Reginald was never supposed to win. He's not supposed to be a champion. And also, all good stories has that one champion. That should not be a champion. How did this happen? Why are you
Well, here? That we've already gotten. His name is Bug, and it's a problem. But that was, we can't get into all that. When I interview Sean, we'll talk about it then. But I do want to shift gears. Okay, because one of the other things you do, of course, is you DM for us. Is Vex McCannon leading again into your love of WWE?
Yes, I made a character. I made a necromancer that is reminiscent of not the actual Vince McMahon, but the character Vince McMahon from WWE, completely separate. Good God. He's just, he wants to see death, destruction, and a good show. And I themed him around necromancy, and also hurry up. There's two things that is, every map I've ever made from Vex has been both death and you better hurry up.
Yeah, no, you're very good about creating ones that'll like force the rush of it all. If I was never going to bring you back as one thing, player or DM, which would you prefer?
If I was never going to come back as one thing, I would rather be a DM than a player. For multiple reasons. One, my ADHD leaves once if I'm not paying attention to what's happening right before me. Once my turn is done, I am to the wind. It is so bad. And as a DM, I pay attention a lot more. But also as a DM, I can say as in my games, I'm way more involved in stuff like that. I keep pace. It's an interesting challenge DMing the Rumbles, especially after round 3, when the drinks start to flow and the magic items start to flow and time starts becoming a thing. And then it's like, how many layer actions do I have to pull out my ass? Because I prepared 5.
Yeah.
And there's 15 in front of me. So
I have gotten creative with the layer actions. I mean, I think generally my thing is I'm always auto-saving like 1 res per person until we get to that 10 o'clock mark. And then after that, it's all fair. All fair in love and war. So we know, and all the DMs have been talking, I've been talking to some of the audience, but the idea for season 5 is there is going to be a shift of focus somewhat off the players and more now onto the DMs and the lore of who the sorcerer of Synod, Jesus Christ, I'm not even drunk, I've been drinking water.
So and who alliteration's a mofo, isn't it?
The Synod of Sorcerers are. And you've been a critical part of that, and your name's now going to be in the credits for 5ever. For folks who don't know, I guess my question therein is, what do you think is going to change about the way that you come into a Rumble as a DM?
So now that there's a shift to being the DMs, it's going to be already felt like I was part of the production already because I'm so close to you and I know how things are and I've talked to you behind the scenes. But like as a DM, it's like, oh, I am a part of the show. My character is a staple. There's a name to him, so I need to not only more solidify like what he's about and his backstory. Because honestly, I just made a character and didn't really come up with a backstory. But also, how do I spread what his theme is going to be out into how he interacts with the players, with the dungeons, and like what does he want the audience to think of him and stuff like that. And so that's that's a really interesting feeling of trying to like. I've said to you, I've said 1,000 times, it's American Gladiators. I'm trying to make,
yeah. And mine is like the Iron Chefs. It's that, and truly, it's all credit to you. So everybody knows it was Lemar's idea. That we really shift that focus, and it really opened my eyes because the first season and a half, I DM'd every game because I had to, because it was what it was. And so like I never thought about the DMs, but when I was bringing in other people, I was like, oh, well, I've already created this persona for myself, so everybody else has to also come in with a persona. But it didn't really go any further than that, other than, just that light lore of it's the Synod of Sorcerers, and they're the ones, running this whole shenanigan. But it's definitely a different ask than I don't know any other D&D or tabletop show, and I'm sure there's ones out there, but where the DM themselves is a frequently present character. Yeah.
Not in the way that we're doing it.
Yeah. Other than like being every NPC or whatever. So it's one of the things I've been ruminating on since the last time we talked. I really want to add roleplay opportunities and moments for me as host with each DM to really bring more of that presence into the Rumbles. So yeah. It's a little peel behind the curtain for the people who don't know what's coming. Lemar is helping bring a lot more of the DMs into.
Once again, you said D&D with dice, D&D with wrestling with D&D, and I'm like, all right, let's have the figurehead, let's have your little court of people and like expand the story, because there is a story to the Rumbles that is referenced a few times. But I think that's going to be super interesting as we build an audience that like, what is the Rumbles? How does it work? And stuff like that. That it's, for those of you who don't see the back end of like when we create these characters, there's a whole document of like what the world is, what this means, what that means. It's a thing. Like you could do one shots based on the world you've created and like what these things are. Like the sky's the limit for the. Holy crap! We got a raid.
Hey, Old Haven. What's up, friends? Hi. You're joining us in the tail end of an interview with Lemar the Con Guy. We're in the midst of talking about the changes coming with the show that we work on together, Roguelike Rumbles. Yeah. Hi, friends. So we got 12 minutes. If you got questions, things you've always wanted to know from Lemar the Con Guy, drop them in the chat, or I'll throw up our question link again if you want to ask anonymously because you're shy. But we've been talking for the last 45 minutes, all things Lemar and D&D and nerdery in general. But please finish your thought if you can remember what we were saying.
No. I'm just saying that the world you've created just for the Rumbles, I believe we're at the tip of the iceberg of what it could be and what it could grow to. Presenting that and expanding out from there is the question of how, when, where. And I think with our shift of making it to DMs, we can expand more on what that story is and then that will bleed out into like, what's the DM story? How did they ended up working with Lady Destiny? Is Lady Destiny capturing these people? Is she their mentor? Is she what's happening? That stuff like that rolls the ball down.
And I dream of the stream where we can con someone else into DMing just all of the Synod, and we're all level 20. Ooh, it's crackly. Oh no, that could be also my terrible internet.
I also have a tendency to project all the time. I can just bring my audio down.
You sound good in my headset, but who knows what poor Twitch is then getting once it goes through OBS. What was I saying? Yeah, no, my dream is to get somebody else who will DM all of us as our like level 20 sorcerer / wizard characters. It'd be a nightmare, but it'd be a lot of fun.
Oh god, just Tarrasque. It's just a Tarrasque. It's a Tarrasque with an anti-magic field. Good luck.
Yeah, that or it's a cage match of us, and it'll go on for 7 hours.
Oh yeah, who wants to end this?
We're all basically gods.
Yeah, pretty much.
Incredible. I want to ask one really feeling question, I guess. In your dream world, where would you like to see yourself? Well, first of all, let me ask, where do you currently see yourself in the D&D community? And then the follow-up is, are you where you want to be, or is there a further dream you're willing to share?
Where do I see myself in the current D&D community? I don't know, because I'm doing this as a hobby, and I'm doing this as fun, and I'm doing this to hang with my friends and to do things. And if I can perform while doing these fun things, that's great for me. So right now I go by Lemar the Con Guy because I'm just the whole name for that was like, who is that guy? Oh, that's Lemar. He does cons. He's just the con guy. Yeah, that's what he does. And that's kind of how I'm Lemar the D&D guy. I just do D&Ds. People know me and have a general happy but okay feel about me. Where do I want to be in the community? I really want to have a show or a stream one day where the story goes back to mattering so much. My black box is that there's certain things and there's certain shows where it's supposed to be comedy all the time, and that's what. But D&D can be about the emotional and the feels and the struggles, and actually taking the time and the energy and the pace to explore those things. And I want to play at a table where the stakes matter, where death matters, where mistakes are a thing. And if I can be a part of a show where I can tell that story, where I can be a part of that story, I would be so happy. I have no delusion. I probably will never be famous in this space. Like monetarily supporting myself famous. That's probably not going to happen. I don't have the time, energy, and I haven't taken a UCB class yet. That's probably never going to happen.
Is that the requirement?
All the people who make money doing D&D are from UCB.
Damn. All right, I'm out too.
But if I can do something where someone goes, that was an enjoyable experience, that's what I really want to do. And I just time, money, and effort.
Boy, yeah. I long for a campaign and story, and god damn it, I would rather be a player, but if to have it happen, I have to be the DM. That's where I'll sit. But
yeah, I'll tell people here, because I don't care if it's an idea I stole. What I want to do is I actually want to just bring D&D onto the stage. I haven't seen 20-Sided Tavern, but what I would like to do is just have people play, like, it's LARP and D&D. Let's just play D&D. Let's get off the table. let's make the characters, and then like you have your player characters, and you have like your dungeon master and 2 NPCs who play all the other characters, and they'll just play the goddamn game, and let the NPCs be the NPCs, and let's have some great scenes. Let's have funny. Let's have those moments. Let's have some great stuff, and that's what I really wanted to do. But
So you and I are gonna have some more long conversations at WonderCon this weekend. Because one, I did go see 20-Sided Tavern, and I have thoughts to share that we should talk about. But also, I was actually a part of a show that did that. A friend of mine, Martin Noyes, runs a show. He sometimes nowadays mostly takes out to college campuses, but it's called Adventure Theater, and it's his take on that idea. And having been a part of it, I think there's tidbits I could offer you, because I think it's a great idea, and I think
it's a great idea. I know exactly where to do it. I know the people that I would get to do it. I just need the time, money, and effort.
Yo, that's the constant. Here in our last 5 minutes, I'm gonna anyone in the stream who wants to ask any questions, please, now is your chance. I'm refreshing the thing, and if not, I got questions, but they are gonna require your D20. I have a list of 20 hinge prompts, and I would like you to roll a D20, and we'll see what prompt you get stuck with.
I got my chunky die. The die I can actually read.
Yeah.
9 in case.
Ooh. Very good. So the reason it's hinge prompts, friends, if you couldn't catch on, is because this is a date with Destiny, and I am Destiny, and Lemar's here, so hinge prompts. Number 9 is, if you saw the targeted ads I get, you'd think ... Then
I'm a different type of dungeon master.
Oh! Get on your knees. So you roll to get on your knees.
Roll for seduction.
I mean, look, if I was ever gonna play in a Dreamgirls, you would have to be the DM. And that is kind of like being that kind of dungeon master. Roll for seduction.
I would be honored. I would blush the whole time, but I would be very good at it.
I think you would be. Incredible. Do you want another one?
I'll roll another one. Let's go. I love these questions. 2. Wow, these dice are rolling shit today.
Well, your dice want to know all your secrets. When no one is watching, I ...
Cry. I'm tired. I'm tired so much. Oh my God. I'm way too busy. I do too much shit.
You're on 5 panels this weekend. Yeah, you do too much shit.
Yeah, you know, when you keep forgetting what that N word, like no is. Yeah, I quickly fix that. When you forget what no is, you end up just saying yes. So,
yeah. And you say it a lot. This has been, as expected, a genuine fucking delight. Friends, this is Lemar. I'm going to drop his links in the chat. He is going to be at WonderCon this weekend. And you should come find him at all the places that he's going to be. And I'm stalling so he can pull up his handy-dandy info to tell you all of the places he's going to be when he's at WonderCon. In the meantime, I'll tell you, Pick Your Poison is actually putting on 3 panels this weekend. Our first is called Our Seats at the Table. I am not a part of it. Lemar was supposed to be a part of it, but he's too busy on 700 other panels. But that's going to be a whole panel of BIPOC tabletop performers talking about what it means to be a person of color in the space. It's 3 o'clock in room North 151. It's going to be at 3 o'clock on Friday. Later that night, 9 o'clock, same room, 151. We're doing Dreadful, which is our interactive horror game where, let me pull it onto screen, the audience will be drawing blocks from a nondescript wooden stacking tower. And when the tower when the tower falls, someone dies. And then the next day, we will actually have Lemar, as he will be moderating our Creating Seats at the Table panel, which is me and a bunch of other amazing producers They are amazing. I'm not putting the qualifier on myself, but hopefully you think so. But it's a whole bunch of us talking about the producer and dungeon master responsibility to create diverse and safe tables. So that is 3 o'clock in North 153. Your turn. Name all the panels you're on.
Okay. Friday, 2 p.m. North 152. I will be hosting the TTRPG networking event hosted by Creators Assemble. Me and a bunch of other TTRPG influencers, legends, producers, writers, stuff like that. We'll be talking to people who wants to know more about the industry, and I will be screaming at people to move tables. At 7 o'clock, I on a Candela Obscura actual play, which I've only played once, with RPGBTV. That will be from 7 to 9 in North 151, and then Saturday, 3 p.m. with Pick Your Poison Productions with Sarah them. Creating seats at the table, which I am moderating, and definitely have good questions on there, I suppose.
No, I liked them.
Oh, yeah. 7 p.m. North 153, running TTRPGs with the audience with RPG BTV once again, with a bunch of people who we're just going to be talking about what it's like running these games for an audience. How is it different than running it at home and stuff like that for people who want to get into streaming live plays, actual plays, and stuff like that. And then at 8 p.m. in 153, I'm not leaving 153 all day apparently. The Gauntlet Live, which I go head to head against Critical Rose, where we play a comedic battle of some sort. I forgot I agreed to do this, so I got all the information about that today. So I don't know what is actually going to happen. But I'm excited.
Take Reggie.
Yeah.
They'll never be prepared.
No. Oh, God. Well, that's a 5-minute panel. What else do you want to do for the rest of the 55 minutes we have?
Take Reggie's little brother, who only has pistols.
And other than that, I'm also known for being the rogue karaoke guy. I have a speaker system, an iPad, and the internet. And I set up karaoke where I can outside because WonderCon refuses to let me be inside. So I'm going to keep doing it until they give me a goddamn room. So, just keep an eye on me. I might be out there for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. On Sunday, I'll be out there for 4 hours. If you go to the Hilton, I might find a corner that they're not too pissed off I'm in and set it up in there. We'll see what happens.
Fuck yeah. Thank you so much for doing this, my friend. Absolute delight.
This is a great interview. Thank you so much.
Dude, if I wasn't doing a rotational thing, you'd be in every show I do. You're a fucking delight. Folks, if you don't know Lemar already, please go find and follow him across the web. Get him into your games. You need him. You want him. He's on every recommendation list I make. He's a fucking gem of a human being, and I need him to know that, so I'm saying it publicly and often. This has been A Date with Destiny. I'm gonna roll credits. I'm gonna get us out of here. Thanks for watching, friends. Bye.
Gang, gang.